Hello!
1, 2, 3.
So, I'm in a bit more of a comfy setting today. I've got my hoodie on, I've got my trackies on, because today I have for you a story time. So, I got asked if I could do a story time, and I was like, that's a bit of a, not a weird video suggestion, but like, I don't have a story time, so like, no I can't, like I have nothing story worthy. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna tell the story of this Halloween one time. So let's set the scene. I'll see if I can find any pictures. It was Halloween of my year 9, so I was 13, so of 2014. It must have been now, yeah, because that would make it 4 Halloweens ago. Yeah, so it was Halloween of 2014. I was 13 years old. This is when I used to dance every single day. So I can't remember what day it was. I'm pretty sure it was a Friday night. Yeah, it was a Friday night because I had hip hop and crew rehearsals. So I finished at 8:30 and I went round to my friend's house where they were all ready to go out for Halloween. Not like out, but you know, like trick-or-treating, like meet up with our friends, just like have some fun. So they were all ready, so I got there and I quickly got ready. We were dead schoolgirls that year. We had our hair in little bunches and we had blood and we had like shirts on, like ripped shirts, little skirts on and stuff. Like we weren't dressed bad, like we were at our friend's house. Her mum was there, she wouldn't let us leave if we didn't, like, we looked bad. She lived like a 2-minute walk away from the beach where all of our friends were, just hanging around in Broadstairs town. Literally, we were just gonna go, like, I don't really know what our original plan was, but we weren't there for more than an hour. So what happened was, we got ready, we went out, we went down. So we were walking down into the town, down to the beach to meet our friends. We weren't planning on staying at the beach, obviously, because now it just got dark. So we were walking down and this group seen me and my friends walking down. There was 4 girls and they like whistled at us or something, or they were like, hey, and we were like, what? Ignored them. We were just like, it's just like boys being boys trying to scare us. So we just walked on, walked down to the beach. We got to the beach. Our friends for some reason had been swimming in the sea, so they all got out. We were literally walking up off the beach now. So like they were on a beach we have here, and like to get out you have to like walk round this way and then up a slope going like the opposite direction. So you have to walk this way to go up the slope, which then goes like back up the other way. And basically, I feel like that was really badly explained, but basically we were walking to leave, and then we're walking, we're chatting, blah blah, we don't notice, and an egg drops and we're like, what? So we were like, what's going on? And we looked up and there was that group that actually like, hey, whistled at me and my friends. I can't remember what they did. They like made noises so that we could hear them basically, but it was them and they were egging me and my friends, and we were like, what? Like, is this just Halloween like banter? What's going on? And so we were like walking, whatever, through another one. So we basically ran, the girls ran. There was a group of about maybe 20 of us, half boys, half girls really. So the girls kind of like ran, and like we ran up the slope, and one of the boys shouted behind us, run, he's got a knife. We're like 13-year-old girls. We were like, what do you mean run, he's got a knife? So I don't know what happened, whether they dropped these eggs and then ran around and came down the stairs, but that would have took them ages, because like the entrance either like here where we were walking, or it's like around the slope. Like they just wouldn't have been able to get there that far. So I don't know if people were already coming down like waiting or what was happening, but basically we start like running up the slope, like running away, and then there was loads of these boys in this group, and then we later found out that they were about 18 to 21. Obviously we're like 13-year-old girls and boys, and we were running, and the boys are just like, run run run, and there's this person literally chasing us with a knife. One comes along, it all happened like so quick, like it's a story time but it's not really, because it literally all happened within about, like I said, we left at about maybe 9 and like we were home by like 10:30, like home after obviously what I'm gonna tell you. Like it all happened really quick, like it wasn't like a big, obviously it was a massive thing, but basically yeah, we ran. I ended up getting like split up from all my friends. I don't know how or what happened, but I was obviously just like running for my life, and I was with one of my friends. 2 of my friends had gone, obviously I was with like 20 of my friends, but the 4 original girls, that we were all going back to our friend's house. So I was with one of them and 2 of them had gone off and all the other girls were gone. And then this motorbike, or like moped, started like coming up the road, and he had a knife as well. And we later found out, like within all of this, they'd actually pinned down one of my friends and like punched him in the face. I don't think they like proper beat him up. I think they just, obviously a bad, punched him in the face, but they did actually hold a knife to his throat as well. Apparently one of them was a knife and one of them was like a wire like situation, I don't know. But yeah, so this moped was chasing one of my other friends, one of the boys. I'm not going to name any names obviously, but this one moped was just chasing my friend and he was like running for his life obviously, and he's on a moped, so like he was just trying to like run away and hide. Like honestly, no one knew what was really happening to him. Like I just seen him run and the moped go, and I was like, oh my god, like what are we gonna do? And we were in Broadstairs and we were in my town, and obviously my first kind of thing was like call the police, but then I was like, but like what if like they hear me ring the police and they're like annoyed at me and blah 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 blah. And then one of my friends was like, oh no, one of the boys just said to me like, don't worry, the birds are like okay, like we don't want the girls or whatever. And I was like, okay, it doesn't make me feel any better. My friend's getting chased on a moped with a knife and my other friend just had a knife to his throat. Like what's going on? So I was like, I'm gonna ring the police, and I was like, oh heck, I'm at the beach, I don't have any signal. I later got told by one of my friends, they were like, I don't believe you that this happened because you would have just called the police. I was like, I had no signal. She was like, you don't need signal to call the police. I actually don't know still if that's true. If it is true, I didn't know that. Still don't really. So I didn't ring the police, but what I did do, and I debated it for about 5 minutes because I was like, this could just be like a horror film where I knock on someone's door and then they're actually a kidnapper, and then like I'm trying to get away from this guy that's trying to kill me, and then I actually go into a house and another person's gonna kill me. But I knocked on someone's door and I was like, and it was like Halloween, so I was like, well they must have like people knocking on the door all night long. So I knocked on a door and she was like, oh, the outfit's lovely, and I was like, no, I really need your help, and told her what happened. And I was like, basically these guys started egging us and then they started chasing us, and apparently they've got knives and one of them's chasing my friend. I don't know where my other 2 friends are, like I really need your help. And she was like, oh, she was a really lovely woman. She was like older lady, she was really lovely, her and her husband, and she was basically like, okay, don't worry. I was like so panicked obviously, and I was with my friend and my friend has anxiety, and she was literally about to go into a full panic attack. Like she was not okay because obviously all our friends were like, because even though they're boys, they're our friends, they were literally getting beaten up. One of them apparently nearly got stabbed, one of them getting chased on a moped. We've lost our other 2 friends, we don't know where the rest of the girls are. She was in full panic mode, and I was literally just like, oh my god, I'm just gonna have to knock in this house, don't know what to do. And I was like, I just really need you to help me because my friend's really panicked, we don't know where our other friends have gone, I feel like the boys are really in trouble, like I don't know what's gonna happen to them. And she brought full packs of chocolate buttons, she put us in her car. We were like ringing our other 2 friends back and forth to find out where they were. They were hiding in a bush. That's how bad it was. They basically, when we went up this slope, you can either go like this way where we went, or you can go off, and then there's like a bit of green, like a little bit of a park and stuff. So we ran off to the houses, they ran off to like the green. So they were actually hiding in a bush. They were so terrified. They were like, apparently they were like crying on the phone to us like, oh, this night, like bear in mind we're 13, like we don't know what happened. Like we literally just went to the beach to meet our friends. We were late because I had dancing, like we didn't even get to have any fun. And we basically, yeah, she put us in her car, she took us to my friends got in the car. They were with another friend that wasn't staying at like Olivia's house. They were with another friend who wasn't originally going back to like where we were staying. I don't want to use any names. Let's say I was meant to stay at like Sally's house. So my friend who was staying at Sally's house was with another friend who wasn't originally going back to Sally's house. So we got her in the car as well, just to make sure that she was okay. And we rang other friends. We got her with some other friends. I'm pretty sure the woman called the police for us. Honestly, I can't actually remember. She was very confused when I told her what happened. She thought I was trick-or-treating. I wish I was trick-or-treating. Yeah, so she was lovely, helped us, took us to my other friend, made sure we all got home okay, drove us to Sally's house. We told Sally's mum about it, we told all of our mums about it, and basically what happened was this group of boys had a bit of like a, I don't know, egg off earlier with this other group of people that are out for Halloween, and they thought that we were the people that were egging them previously. So they did that to us because they thought that we egged them earlier on in the night. We didn't. As I said, my friends were swimming in the sea. Like, we just got there. But yeah, trying to think if there's any more details. That's kind of just what happened. But yeah, that's what happened. So basically we went to the beach. They thought we were the group that egged them, so they egged us, and then must have just tried to like scare us a bit because it was Halloween or whatever. They had their masks on, so we didn't know who they were. They chased us with knives. They chased my friend on the moped. They beat my friend up. This lovely lady helped us, took us home, gave us chocolate buttons, and yeah, nothing ever happened. I don't think the police were ever really told. I can't remember if she rang the police. I don't think she did. I think she was just more concerned of helping us and getting us home, because she was probably just like, oh, it's just boys being dumb, which obviously that is not okay to do. Chase people with knives and beat people up, that is not just boys being dumb. That's not okay. But she just was like, let's just get you home first before we start ringing the police. So she took us home. I brought her flowers the next day and a card to say thank you. My mum was like, thank you so much. Like, it doesn't sound silly because obviously it is stressful, but like my friends were going like full on crying, going into panic attacks, and I was like, I've just got to help this, fix this. So that's what we did. We just asked a lovely lady for help. So that's how we got chased with knives on Halloween about 4 years ago. I still don't know what I'd do now if that happened, and I was literally like 4 years younger. I don't know if this has been a fun story time. I don't know if this is weird because I'm like not scared or sad about it now, but it was like 4 years ago. Nothing really happened like too bad. No one actually got stabbed. No one actually got really badly hurt. My friend did get a punch in the face. The friend that actually got punched in the face is actually the year above us. But yeah, that was my only story time I have. I'm kind of glad I don't have any more story times because it means nothing really bad has happened in my life. But yeah, that's the juiciest story I have for you on Little Megan's dead schoolgirl Halloween back in the day. I hope this has been interesting. Let me know if it has. If it hasn't, totally get it. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure you give it a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.